everyone, welcome to the show. I know you can't see me and it's impractical for me to do the show like this, but I hope you wore your mask today. As you know, today, all over Kenya, we were wearing our masks, as my panelists are right now, in, of course, honor of our fallen soldier. We all saw the video, the graphic footage of a young man losing his life, being shot at such close range. He was unarmed and he was selling masks. May his soul rest. Oh, he hasn't passed on, I'm so sorry. But we were, of course, just speaking against police brutality, and the fact that that happened during a demonstration about police brutality, it's wild. So my panelists, of course, will say hello to you in a few minutes. My name is Amina Abdirabab. Welcome to TTTT. There's not a lot to smile about tonight, but somehow we'll find a way to talk about all the heavy stories that took place this week. These are some of your headlines. Well, good news for the protesters, as the killer cop has since been arrested after this sad incident. Stick around for more. A man has been very shocked after going to a police station to report about his stolen motorbike, only to find that the perpetrators were the police themselves. What?
On behalf of the commission.
This Ugandan politician has said he's not going to leave elective position, not until the Lord decides otherwise. At 86, he has just received his nomination papers for the upcoming elections. What do my panelists have to say about this? You know, we didn't even plan this, but everyone came with their masks. Am I lying? I didn't tell you guys to carry your masks. I didn't.
I think we bought them from one person. Kwa sababu, how comes zote zinafanana? How comes?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm supposed to do the black one.
It's not supposed to be the black one, but I only have.
I tried looking for the black ones, but nikama.
I like black. Do you guys remember when COVID first started and then people had black masks? They used to think that they're, I don't know,
more superior.
Upper citizens.
Like they will not get COVID.
There was one ilikuwa na kakifuniko hapa.
Oh, no.
K9. Was it the K9?
Yes.
K95. K9 ni umbwa.
They actually bought the mask for more money. 750.
My first mask was 2,500 shillings. It is that mask, the medical one.
The medical one, yeah.
Was 2,000. It was bought at 2,500. Now I look back and I'm like, right
now it's just 10 shillings.
Yeah.
No, even I mean there used to be stop quite 2,500.
I'm telling you, 500. Yes.
10 shillings. The whole bail, yeah. Apa isilia. I know someone.
Anyway, now I know we would love to laugh, and usually you watch this show for a source of entertainment. It is your form of escapism, but it's been a heavy week, guys. It's been a very, very heavy week, truly. But I am pleased to inform our viewers that the police officer who was involved in the video that we saw, the graphic video we saw, well, he was arrested and arraigned in court over the shooting of an unarmed mask seller known as Boniface Karaoke on Tuesday during protests in the capital of Nairobi. A video aired all over social media showed two policemen repeatedly striking a man on the head before one of them fired at him with a long-barreled gun as he tried to walk away. Now, we will show you what we can. Of course, by now, everyone has seen the video quite. And then, Aseli, let me start with Aseli.
First of all, this is gruesome. The kind of policing that's happening right now is just a message to the people that we are not safe, at least in the hands of police. There's not been an extension of hope of restoring the kind of relationship that we have with the police officers. So it's quite sad and daunting that a man who was innocent actually lifted his hands in surrender to mean that I mean no harm. And he was just out there trying to provide for his family. I know it was during a bad choice of day to actually make biashara, but it was quite sad that as we picket, we are being hunted down. Victims mostly are men, and I don't know if this outcry needs to be put out there because we are losing more and more people on ground, and yet we are supposed to be fighting for the same thing. And there is a lot of infiltration of goons, and it was it was gruesome to watch, and it's also quite sad. In as much as the young man has been reported alive, I don't think the quality of his life is actually going to be good after that.
Well, for me, I just want to understand the police training because, it's something that it's occurring day in, day out. So, if we talk about this particular story, then I will have more stories, in regards to such stories. So, probably for me, I will want to understand their training. Nini endeleanga huko ndani? Do they have that training that we normally hear that, when you are police or when you are, a soldier, you are not a civilian. So treat them as, civilian versus, forces, whatever it is. It starts there. Yeah. If the training is bad, of course,
nothing becomes good.
Yeah.
I think for me, a lot of disciplined forces, which is something I find as a problem, what they are taught is to listen to instructions. And sometimes that's to the detriment of the service they're supposed to give. That what I've observed with these two cases of police brutality, the most recent ones, is these people who are executing these orders were hands. Like they are executing a higher order. Mm-hmm. I don't know who's giving this higher order, but there's a higher order. For me, when I look at this video, this looked like a message. Because there were media people all around this guy. He was seeing them. He was seeing the cameras. Yeah. And he still shot that person at that close. So meaning he was sending, or they, or whatever person had given the instruction, they were sending a message.
That's right, Kwat.
They were sending a message to us that if you want to come on 25th, just to know, this is what you're going to
Exactly, because
receive.
You're backed. It's almost like, the way how, you see people in the office and you wonder where certain people get their, their confidence from. And you're like, oh, namdosi walai, Because they almost have the audacity to fire you. Like what, you're being suspended. You're like, But you're right. He acted.
But again, when you look at this guy, ukiangalia miaka yake, pale hata ukiangalia his handle, is it handle ama ni on TikTok? You can just see this trigger happy guy. Such a young kijana mdogo sana. Ule lazima kwe ni Gen Z. There is no way. When by Gen Z I mean kijana mdogo sana to to make. You see, normally what they say about ukishikwa na mwizi mwenye akona bunduki, for example, na anataka kupiga risasi. The older mwizi mwenye yako probably in his 40s na akona bunduki ataka kukuibia, he thinks twice because sababu anajiambia you might have a family, he has a family, so before I shoot anakuanga amefikiria sana. But the younger ones they are happy.
Can I tell you an interesting thing? There was a time when I was working on the Weekend edition here. We hosted a guy, former Nini guy, Musamali. Yes. And Musamali, when he came, he said it is intentional to employ the young guys between 20 and 24 to the field. Because they have something they call reckless abandon. It's very easy for them to execute thoughtless instructions. And them, they also have no families, they have no hajapata mtoto, hajapata bibi. So hajali kama anapiga mtu risasi because they have not developed that empathy of a parent. So maybe that's what you're describing.
Also myth has it that they do something, they do body counts.
Yes.
So it's more like a trigger friendly.
You remember that story when some of them were graduating?
Tunakuja sasa.
Tunakuja huko nje. They were young kids. They were very young kids.
But you asked the question of time. It takes 9 months to make a policeman. But it's supposed to be. It takes 9 months to make a baby. 9 months is not enough to make a policeman, because I feel like the kind of training, the emotional intelligence. Kind of situation. It doesn't really
takes 9 months to make someone who takes them out. I think maybe my last two things, just a small story,
So story?
Just a small, it's not a story. It's not a story.
Just chime in.
Just chime in. Okay, I'll talk after the break. After the break.
Anyway, it's okay. The hashtag is TTTT, and a lot of them, they have to follow orders. Remember what Mukwana was told? He was told that he has to follow orders. He's a young junior. He wouldn't want anything to happen to him. I'm paraphrasing. But
umechukua time ya
look at
this one. I don't even have a story.
Do we have 30 seconds? Amesamata apendagi sauti ya kwat baby. That's why he's okay with me talking. We're going to take a quick break. We have more to talk about right after this.
Experience next-level nourishment. Nivea Nourishing Cocoa, now with 100% pure hyaluron. It moisturizes for longer than ever. When our skin looks this good, we show up more confidently. Here, here, and here. New Nivea Nourishing Cocoa, now with hyaluron and cocoa butter. Skin is for feeling it. Nivea is for skin.
Vultures are gathering, Ladama. With every bit that falls, power shifts.
I want them to feel the emptiness I feel.
All of our property and assets shall be left to Amichir Achesa.
Our legacy unravels.
Yes, Mimi Dosheria, Mfalme Wale Murat.
Who will be left standing when the last beat falls? Shanga Season 2, Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. on Maisha Magic Plus. Stay connected to DSTV Channel 163 and GoTV Channel 3.
Hi. Ngozi yako ina glow. Nilijipaka mafuta leo asubuhi nikikam, lakini skin yangu ishaparara and it looks so dull. Sis, see, it's the new Nice and Lovely Lemon Extract Body Lotion. Hiyo ndo secret yangu to a moisturized and bright skin. Usimix.
New Nice and Lovely Lemon Lotion, enriched with vitamin C and sunflower seed oil for 48-hour nourishing glow and brighter skin. Try Nice and Lovely Lemon Lotion today.
Hello, my name is Betty Okere, a clinical dietitian and diabetes educator. Brookside Plus probiotic yogurt provides you the goodness of good bacteria for a healthy gut and a good immune system. Probiotics are live microorganisms that can be added into our food or into our gut system to help us be able to maintain a healthy balance, thereby promoting good health and supporting our immune system. Brookside probiotic yogurt, you can use it in any form. Add it to your smoothies, drink it off the glass, and you will be able to enhance that healthy digestive system.
All sunscreens protect equally from sun damage. This one corrects dark marks too. Garnier Super UV Invisible Serum with SPF 50 plus and vitamin C to protect from sun damage and correct dark marks. The best sunscreen for my skin by Garnier Naturally.
At Timasako, we are a reflection of you. We are a stable, financially sound institution providing tailor-made services to add value to your life, time, and money. We are guided by your aspiration. We are designed to match your ambition. We are Timasako, a true reflection of you.
Welcome back to TTTT Quatch.
Yes.
You had a story before the break.
No, it wasn't a story. I was just saying two things about the cop who's been arrested. I wanted to say I hope the arrest turns to a conviction, because an arrest, people have been arrested in this country. Zile milango za EACC Integrity Center wenye wamepita tu, lakini wenye wamefungwa that revolving door, wenye wamepita ni wengi, lakini wenye wamekuwa convicted and jailed ndio sio wengi.
Loudest mockery though.
Yes.
The suspects appeared in court with wearing masks. That's the loudest mockery.
That's it, and you know that
suspects wore masks, and it's quite the peculiar.
And that by itself is illegal. It is illegal to turn up in court in disguise. Hapa in this country. Like.
This is such a dangerous time.
I
saw, one of the guys who he was calling himself chairman. He was one of the goons who apologized, and I just want everyone to see that.
And I like
with the cops. I'm so sorry with the cops, and like you see what happens. Uko peke yako. Yani uko peke yako Quatch. Yes, you were following orders, but whoever told you to do whatever it is you went to do, he's not there with you. He doesn't even help you get the lawyer.
One thing I'm liking on Twitter.
That guy is called, I think, Swale, if I'm not wrong.
Swale Sonko.
Swale Sonko. The guy alisalimiwa a good one that he had to
apologize.
No, he ran away.
Yeah, he went up country in
Homa Bay huko kupotelea huko and apologize. That's how serious that story was.
One thing I like about Kenyans now, kitambo I used to hate it, but these days I'm finding some sense in it. That when someone comes and does something like this, people tag you, your wife, your children, your family, your everybody. Kitamba used to like it. I dislike it because these people have nothing to do with. But the person you're beating is someone's wife. The person you're beating is someone's child. The person you're beating. So you must know that when you're participating in these things, you are putting your everyone in danger. So that when karma is going to deal with you, it's going to deal with you like generational. Kenyans are not going to hold back when they are choosing how to deal with you.
That's true.
They will burn your house down completely.
They really will.
I liked what they did with the lawyer. The lawyer that was representing
that recused himself.
That same lawyer is the same is the lawyer who was asking Obama for Malia's hand in marriage. So it's quite the lawyer, you know.
Let's go to the next story. Hey, and also speaking about being embarrassed, you and your whole family, you know, even the people you procreate with and the things they can share. Anyway, let's just talk about, you know, CCTV footage revealed moments when, you know, goons broke into Gatecom IT Solutions, which is along Moy Avenue, and they walked away with several computers, laptops. And the big question is, who sponsored these goons? I feel like we all have an answer. Why am I smiling? Oh, God. I feel like we all know. Tell us. We all think, I don't have seen a lawyer, but how, can you imagine being the business owner? Yeah. You stayed home, they said that, you know, police will be there making sure that the protest will be...
The goons will be protecting the, you know, business owners.
Also, you know, if you think, they shot an innocent, unarmed man. Like you said, Aseli had his arms up, right? You could tell that he was not participating in the demonstrations. And then you saw the goons being escorted.
Yeah.
What was that about?
First of all, nasema ilikuwa masamba, ilikuwa masaa ya kusaka ja. And you get it, you don't get it. I'm just saying that it was quite peculiar and sad that for the first time in our protest we had goons who had this big unaitwaje hizi rungus.
Yeah.
It was nafanana.
The batons.
So organized. They moved in groups. They moved unilaterally from one direction to the other. Group one was mobilized from Thika Road. Another one moved down
from
through
Kibera,
Valley.
And
it was quite clear.
Some people actually walikuwa na rungu mbili, yani rungu ni mbwegze. So
rungu ni mbwegze.
And then they were saying things like, leo tuko na masanse, mandelo, unajua ina depend unalipa nani. Kuna wengine watakusema tu.
Quite the sad picture, and it ties on to whoever that person is, because we do not know who that person was actually. We do not know who that is. But you know, sometimes when you pass around City Hall and then you start saying Igwe, you know, we can never tie it on to the person, because
it could be the person selling mutura hapo nje. We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know who they were thanking at City Hall.
You can't. You know, sometimes you just thank buildings as you pass by. But it was quite sad to see that we had goons protected and not protesters who are actually fighting against and protesting, trying to get justice for Albert. And it was quite sad.
I want to echo what Mwalimu has said, that please, those goons, please, it's time to seek for a divine intervention. Ni masaa ya kusaka ja. Sawa sawa. Mutafute nini, our bless. Mutafuteni Mungu, guys. Mutafuteni Mungu. You be good people.
No, Johnny. Just some toppings.
I just want to interject. I want to interject.
Toppings. Allow me.
The views and opinions expressed on this show does not in any way, shape, or form represent the opinion NMG has on any of the stories that we talk about. It is our panelists.
Let's be more serious now.
Hi, Andenga, you tell us now. Okay.
Let's be more serious.
Hata
nimesahau.
You know, they were saying ati leo hamtakuja City Hall kukuja kuchoma ofisi fulani, but we don't know. The point here is we don't know. But now my last point here is this has been a trend. This is not the first time that we are seeing this happening. It's been the trend of all protests in this country since I knew them. That it always starts first, the first protest starts vizuri tu, haina casualties, no nothing. The second time it comes, you will find this narrative of there were goons that infiltrated the protests, so we are banning the protests altogether. You guys remember Masoda zikimwagwa nje ya Sanford some time back. It's always been the same story. So that the next time people come out to riot or to protest, they have mbuzi ashapakwa damu, sasa ananuka kama fisi.
You know,
so anapigwa risasi bila kujali ati yeye ni mbuzi.
It's almost like what's been happening between, you know, we've seen what Israel has been doing, right? And someone said that msishtuke if they bomb the US just so that
they have reason.
They can say, situliwambia, we told you to join our war. All right, so I want to move on to the next story. Ndenga?
No, it's okay. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Okay, sawa. Now, still on the goon story, a guy by the name of Adwera Gwangi, one of the individuals captured on video allegedly terrorizing Kenyans in Nairobi on Tuesday, has permanently been barred from officiating any FKF-sanctioned leagues. Disciplinary action has already been taken, and this was after he was allegedly seen in the CBD mingling with the goons. So there he is. That's his picture.
Football is just a rough game.
I don't even know what was the plan. You know, when they were being briefed, what exactly was the plan? All we saw was them terrorizing people, robbing people. Did you see that innocent young lady?
Yeah.
Yani, she didn't even know where to go. She didn't know what to do. There was a the gentleman who just looked like yani ametoka tu kanisa. Yani alikuwa hapo ameraruliwa manguo. What was the point? How could you set people like these free to go and attack your people? And then they say we're in Haiti helping, you know, control gangs. Meanwhile, you release gangs on us.
On us.
Well, you see, this goes to show how our system is. For someone like this is a professional referee that, you know, works for our whole FKF, and seeing the guy kwa streets akishika rungumbwegze, then it shows that hakuna ana kazi apart from weekend akingoja nini mechi. Kingoja mechi, then you know, it's so sad. It's so sad that
I can just say
even
that
professionals have been dragged into this.
Then it was professionals who paid for it. That's even sadder.
Yeah, it's an ecosystem of professionals.
Yeah. All I can say is that the system is not broken. It was built that way. It's by design that poverty is such a big chain. Yeah. In that this guy saw an opportunity, wacha niende nikatafute unga, and akasahau ako na unga ingine yenye inakonga inamngoja every week. That is quite sad. But you can just say it also speaks into the character of an individual. If you know you represent such a disciplined sport, football, you're a certified referee. It's something that can actually take you to another level. But you've just decided, you know what, I'm going to put this into sham and I'm going to take myself down.
On that point, no, let me ask you.
For that referee, that was not a fair game.
That's all you wanted to say?
Yeah, that's what he wanted to say.
I thought you had such an important... I thought you were about to share an opinion that would change
the world,
our lives.
It's
anyway,
not
changing.
I apologize.
That's why I was saying. You know, Aseli, what I was asking, have you never been in a place where you forgot who you are for a second?
Yeah, these moments.
Especially in njaa inaweza fanya ujisahau.
Ni kweli.
We've seen how respectable people, including people in suits in respected houses, houses taxpayers pay money for.
Yeah.
We've seen them use those platforms I lack a better word to say, but kulamba watu, and they've totally forgot who they are.
Yeah,
they
true.
totally forgot. Hata wewe ushaijipata mahali, you are just doing a normal person thing.
Yeah.
Until someone reminds you, Sally, nakujua.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden you're like, sasa kumbe ni mimi. He did not remember that he is not a kawaida goon. And then this goes to show that in this digital world, someone knows you. Do not think we will not find you.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
someone will tell us who
we were able to get the guy, to get
the police.
The police is the same way we will get any other
And you know, his face was reconstructed by AI.
Yeah.
Yani, that's how you should be scared that now.
But for me, hata Kenya sisi yapi wa Kenya pia tunakimbianga saa zingine. I wonder where the hashtag Eli Joshua came from. Until sasa tena si Eli Joshua.
Oh, it was a
transaction.
transaction.
You know what was happening, Denga?
Yeah.
And that is one of the things that made me saddest about this story, is some people wanted to take advantage of this to run a narrative.
Okay.
You see, after Ojwang, there was already a narrative that Luos are being targeted. So now someone wanted to haraka kimbia that the person that has killed him is a Kalenjin, and the person that has been killed is also from Homa Bay.
Yeah.
So now that was sounding like a more acceptable narrative until it wasn't. But whoever the person is, it still does not make it any less.
Also, it doesn't make it, wherever he's from. And I saw someone had this placard and it read "Justice for" and left space saying that we don't even know whose name will be there. Because you remember, you guys, the bullets don't have names.
True.
They will get to anyone. And we protested every day with Kwach and Denga. Asela, I didn't see you. Where you were there every day?
Which one?
No. Aseli, we
last
didn't
year during
see
the protest.
Aseli, we didn't see you, Bana.
Aseli,
we didn't see you.
Where on the ground?
No, Aseli, we didn't see you. You know what we are saying, Aseli?
No, I want to answer the question. Come on, ground, I have footage. I was on the ground. If you didn't see me, it's okay.
But it's so unfair, honestly, and it's so wrong. I don't understand how we got to this point where now we
that guy was the epitome of harmlessness. Like, he is not moving. Amepigwa kofi. He did not even flinch. Amesimama still.
By the way,
actually, there's a long version of that video, just moments before that
moment.
That actual
that guy, sinataka kumtaja jina ingine yenye sitafurahia. I'll text you guys what I wanted to say. That
you wanted to call him.
To call that guy.
Yes.
But he was shooting at some people. Now that guy, the Boniface guy, alikuwa amesimama tu all along, not throwing anything. Amesimama with the mask, amezishika.
He's not even talking.
Even talking.
Clients wake ndio wale wanapigwa risasi.
Anauza mask, chukueni hii.
It's true. It's true. One of you did say that, men get it harder during these demos.
Yes, but
I know
even women were involved in this.
I know you've seen women speak up and stand up. There was the lady who tried to remove the mask.
I
don't know if a guy was the one who did that. I don't know. Would you have
to
tell the story?
No.
I'm not sure. Okay, so we have to take another break, but can we quickly talk about one of Uganda's longest serving politicians? He's a military figure, just turned 86. A young tender age. 86. General Moses Ali, okay, he started a debate because what do you mean he is 86 and he is going to be vying? What? Where?
He has already received the nomination
papers.
He's
received
direct nomination.
Direct nomination.
Muda hata jahama kwao. Ni nini mnaharakishia muda? No, but why is it that this issue is only here?
In Africa.
Mbona mkusema hivyo juu ya Pope? Mbona mkusema hivyo juu ya
Pope? Surely, see, hiyo ni different.
Why is it different?
Because, the older you've been in the religion, I think now, we
associate that with wisdom.
You didn't know that Pope is a leader of a country?
It's an African problem.
He is, and he is elected just as well.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying that also, while we are talking about it, we have to put it in context.
We have to take a break. We have to take a break and find out what's coming up during the news. I want to nataka nifutwe kazi. Now the hashtag is TTTT. We'll read your messages when we get back. Take a look at what you can expect at 9 p.m. during the news. We'll be back.
Experience next-level nourishment. Nivea Nourishing Cocoa. Now with 100% pure hyaluron. It moisturizes for longer than ever. When our skin looks this good, we show up more confidently. Here, and here. New Nivea Nourishing Cocoa. Now with hyaluron and cocoa butter. Skin is for feeling it. Nivea is for skin.
My feelings haven't changed. Don't you love me anymore?
All they have is a testimony of a bitter ex-lover. And even if they continue their investigation forever, they won't find anything.
I'm not going to resign. Because I still have to figure out the truth about Sir Vlad and about how he's connected to the Sagrados.
Why don't you tell me the truth once and for all? Did you murder Uncle Xander?
How can you
Did you kill him?
Widow's Wear.
Acne-prone skin, marks? Stop. Try new Garnier Charcoal Serum with 4% AHA, BHA and charcoal. The first black serum with no residue. Clinically proven to reduce pimples and acne marks. New Garnier AHA, BHA Charcoal Serum. Approved by dermatologists by Garnier Naturally.
Introducing the Smarter Bundle. Bundle imetosha. 30 GB monthly data, yani 1 GB daily. 400 minutes talk time to any network and free Airtel to Airtel. 100% Rudishiwa on Airtel money transactions, bank to wallet, pay bills, and agent withdrawals. Subscribe to the Smarter Bundle today. Dial *544# or visit My Airtel app. Airtel Smarter Bundle. Browse, chat, call. Airtel Money. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Not all serums are as fast at reducing dark marks. Choose Garnier Even and Matte Vitamin C Booster Serum, #1 worldwide. Our highest concentration of brightening actives to reduce dark marks faster. Clinically proven, -66% dark marks. Get even brighter skin from day 6. Choose Garnier Even and Matte Vitamin C Booster Serum. 500,000 5-star reviews by Garnier Naturally.
This is NTV.
Tonight. The lingering scars of brutal administration 1 year later. Families of fallen Gen Z protesters still seeking justice. Will the June 25th anniversary feel like deja vu? Also tonight...
I was very disappointed when we are not able to move on with the airport contract.
It was a done deal. Raila Odinga bemoans the failed JKIA expansion PPP project. We tell you why Kenyans are unhappy with Raila's long grief. Plus, nearly $500 million shillings in recovered assets set for auction. Ex-Migori Governor Okoth Obado and former Nairobi Accounting Chief Stephen Ogaga Osiro forfeit properties to EACC. And
we have small groups discussions over this subject, raising awareness and also encouraging people to open up.
A silent but troubling pandemic. Suicide cases on the rise, with men topping the statistics. We tell you why Nyeri County is on high alert.
Not all sunscreens protect equally from sun damage. This one corrects dark marks too. Garnier Super UV Invisible Serum with SPF 50+ and vitamin C to protect from sun damage and correct dark marks. The best sunscreen for my skin by Garnier Naturally.
We're bringing you the hottest show in town. From exclusive interviews with the biggest names in the game.
When you hear music, na ukose kuona dance, na wezi ona dance bila muziki.
You watching Koku Mix, respect the OGs. Yeah.
To a DJ set that will knock your socks off.
Koku Mix NTV. Monday mpaka Friday, let's go.
Don't miss out on the fun. Tune into Koku Mix every weekday only on NTV.
Koku Mix in association with Airtel.
Subscribe to the Smarter Bundle today. Dial *544# or visit My Airtel app. Airtel Smarter Bundle. Browse, chat, call. Airtel Money. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا نودي للصلاة من يوم الجمعة فسعوا إلى ذكر الله وذروا البيع ذلكم خير لكم إن كنتم تعلمون فإذا قضيت الصلاة فانتشروا في الأرض وابتغوا من
At Timasako, we are a reflection of you. We are a stable, financially sound institution providing tailor-made services to add value to your life, time, and money. We are guided by your aspiration. We are designed to match your ambition. We are Stima Sacco, a true reflection of you.
And welcome back to TT. Let's read some messages on Twitter. Let me start with you, Aseli.
Wanulizia Daddy Marto wako wapi?
Kuna jamaa hapa anaitwa, huyo anaitwa nani? @2_liver. Huyo ni unasema?
Huyo ndo anaulizia.
He's saying that ati msijifanye amjui story ya Daddy Marto. Ya mulaomoa ni sawa mkilenga.
Haya, Santiago.
Uchokozi huyu.
Santiago de Blessed anasema Kenyan police feel so entitled these days. It's like we owe them rent for just breathing. They stop you on the road like simama hapo uko na makosa ya sura. At this point, I feel safer with a stray dog than a police van pulling up. Anasema wanafikiria uniform license ya kusumbua watu.
It's true. It's very true. You get so scared. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what is going to happen. Yes, Kwach?
Azumi is saying, I think we have had enough, such as they are doing divide and conquer tactics, pitting us against each other, na kulipana. We are just fed up. Honestly, these politicians are worse than murderers at this point, and that's me being kind.
Yes.
Infamous Kelv, Naskia Sakaja na watch.
Hey, Ndenga.
It's okay.
Gava iko na bunduki, sisi tuko na sauti. This is Titus. Tutapiga kelele hadi haki ipatikane.
I like this imefuatana hivyo.
Yeah.
Ingine jibu nyingine. Now, of course, we can see so many of the comments on social media. There was a story that trended earlier this week involving one of our co-hosts, a co-host who comes onto the show many, many times, and of course we can't ignore it, Daddy Marto, who frequents TT. TT found himself embroiled in, of course, a domestic dispute. His beautiful wife, Koku, went online and shared details that some of you, of course, must have read online, detailing, you know, what occurred the evening before. Now she woke up and posted what had happened now on Instagram, saying that, you know, it was a domestic dispute, that, you know, Marto did lay hands on her. There was the allegation of infidelity, and I know that you wanted us to cover this story, and I'm not even sure how you want us to cover this story. I don't know how, you know. Of course, I empathize with Koku, sorry, because as a woman, I know how that would feel, but as many, I keep seeing so many different opinions online, but Kwach?
I think for me, I'd you know, the way in court you recuse yourself from a story, I'd want to not put myself on the spot of talking. There's no objective way I can talk about this story, having known that I know both of them, and, you know, these are friends. So both sides of the story, there's no way I can represent one side and not represent the other. So I do not have any objective way of talking about this story. But the only thing I'd say is that I hope that when this is over, they find a way to, both of them in their own way, heal for the benefit of the children.
Yes, of their 3 kings, they have 3 beautiful sons. Aseli?
I have a lot to say. I feel like any form of violence fashioned against anyone should be condemned on the highest level. If it's been fashioned against Koku, should be condemned. If it's been fashioned against Daddy Marto, also should be condemned. This is a family feud coming to play. It's because he's in the public light that he's actually going to have the public judgment. But I just feel like we should be a little bit more sensitive, because Daddy Marto released a statement and talked about he has to share his side of the story. We say Pole to the family, Pole to Koku as well, because I hear there is also a screenshot of, that is an alleged screenshot of Daddy Marto's father, who shared also information about why would you do that to your own children. But then I feel like it's a domestic issue like any other. It should be handled like one.
That wasn't alleged. He did say that. The father-in-law did say that. He did say that she is a pathetic mother because she decided to go online and share that.
You see, now that becomes a...
I mean, you see, that is still alleged. That's why we say...
I can't say because I don't know whose screenshot that is. Okay. Nothing has been taken to court so far. So I think some things can be handled in court. And now it's in the court of public opinion. So it's just opinions here, opinions there, up until we find the truth. So the truth will come out definitely.
And I think for me, my takeaway from this, which still goes across to the other story that we never wanted to talk about Kendrick and his people.
Don't say Kendrick, say Mulamwa.
Yes, and his people, is that divorce is a devil. I don't know how many people listen to these Gen Zs who grew up in dysfunctional families, and you will hear horror stories about how people were raised in families that were not together. And that's why I keep saying, yes, there is what the parents are going through, but please, for the sake of the children, you're giving the bullies of your children material. I'm not saying anyone should suffer in silence. I'm not saying we should not talk about what we are going through. We should. But I hope we find better ways to solve this.
Yeah, but I just feel like if you tried handling it privately and you did not get an ear, and people have already chosen sides, sometimes you decide, you know what, if my back is against the wall, kaende.
And she has actually received a lot of support and help. And you know, it's as someone who's also in the public eye, who's trended way too many times and have threads, you know, people just saying all types of things. It's quite, and you know, this is his real life. This is their real life. But we have to discuss some of these things, and domestic violence is a very, very major issue in our country. And if we're going to talk about femicide, even if it's one of our own, you know, we have to talk about it. Ndenga, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, just to say that social media will always give people fodder for, you know, to escalate whatever you guys are going
through. Fodder for feed.
Fodder for feed, whatever it is. So for me, things being handled off social media, probably they can work, but on social media you'll always get wanaitwaje, watu wa kuadvise left, right and center. But I just hope that time will heal. Time will heal.
Yeah, they say nobody wins when the family feuds, right?
Yeah, nobody wins.
Okay. Now, let's go to Uganda real quick before we end the show. Now, one of Uganda's longest-serving politicians and military figures, 86-year-old General Moses Ali, like I told you before, he has, he went ahead and expressed his interest in contesting for another term as Member of Parliament. The powerful four-star general who has represented Adujami West in Parliament for decades, he's 86, picked nomination forms this week to participate in this ruling. NRM party's primaries triggering a wave of mixed reactions across West Nile sub-region. Why would it be mixed? Are you guys okay?
I mean, 86. It's the driver for me. Look at the driver.
The driver was tired.
Play the clip again. Rudisha tena. Ona venye jamaa amechoka.
How many?
I started this job as a teenager.
Now I'll have to drive you for another 10 years.
I started this job as a teenager.
The driver is like WTF. Like,
WTF was a person. So what is going on? Does he know where he is? Does he know what's going on?
Question.
Why is his mouth moving like that?
Imagine even the MC, the person presenting, is too old for that position.
Of the MC?
For the MC. No, not the MC. Even for the Member of Parliament. Imagine kama huyo ndio MC ndio nini wao. MC, huyo ndio MC gogo wao.
I mean, okay, you know, this is, how old is Donald Trump?
70.
No, not 70.
76.
He was a few years younger than...
Guys, we live in the era of technology. We can just check right away. Donald Trump age.
To bet.
Unataka kusema nini?
76. Yeah, I think it's 76.
Yeah? 79.
That's
79. Oh, 79.
Yeah.
Look at the man in action.
This is him?
That is him.
So they have to hold him to walk.
He can't even walk. But it's just African politics, and that's how it's designed, where all the opportunities right now belong to the older people. By the time you, as a young man, tuseme sasa kama vile Kasmuel anapigania sahi, akifika 60, sasa ndio ameingia sasa kijana.
Ndio imeiva sasa.
You'll be ready. You'll be hapo 65 atakuwa ready. But it's actually derailing Africa and denying chance for the young people to actually take over positions of leadership. So it's quite sad that that's how our politics has been designed, and leadership spaces as well. So it only means that you can participate actively in politics when you have money and you have that kind of influence. I don't know if it's influence really, but I feel like money comes to play sometimes, and you can't get that money up until you...
Aseli, you see the horrible justification of when we try the young people and what they do. I'm not saying it's anyway defensible that the older people are still in office.
Yeah.
But sometimes when these chances are given to the younger people, and then you see what the younger people are doing, you're like,
But you see, that's how they learn, eh?
That's how they learn
job, yeah. You can't say that even the older people, they are now good.
No. I'm not saying that in terms of leadership. I'm saying the traits we are seeing with the older people are not age traits. They come with the young people as well. If it is psychophancy, it's with the young people. If it is corruption, it is with the young people. If it is hooliganism, if whatever bad thing we have with the old people is there with the young people.
The system was built that way. You get in, you think that you're clean water, but then guess what? Those pipes are old and they are dirty. Any clean water that runs through a dirty pipe comes out dirty.
So who changes that?
We are supposed to change it, but every time we try to pick it, every time we try to change policies, you know exactly what's happening right now in Kenya. You know what's happening in countries like Cameroon. You know exactly what's happening with countries that have chosen young people and put them in positions of power.
We have to end the show. He can't even run.
He can't
even run.
Let the guy walk.
What are you talking about?
He can't.
We've got to end the show. We've got to end the show, but you know, there's someone watching this
the real meaning
young
of a sitting
politician. This young gentleman wondering why he's dancing alone. Why? He's checking his money.
Kuna Gen Z anamwangalia anashangaa. Nani anakula pesa ya Gen Z mwenzake?
It just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, but yes, we also have politicians who are quite old in our country, so we can't even laugh at you. See,
you mean most of them?
Hatuwezi wacheka Uganda, watu wa Uganda. Thank you so much for watching the show. We had so much to talk about, but I guess, you know, these people have a lot to say. Thank you, Kwach. Thank you, Ndenga. And thank you, Aseli. My name is Amina Abdirabba. Time now for the news.